Amazing humans, and welcome to Wildly Free Reflections with me, Ashley Looker. This is my new and improved creative endeavor that I am embarking on, and I am so grateful that you have decided to join me. And one of those things that I'm going to be doing in seasons, I'm going to explain this all in just a moment, is showing my face. Most of the time, I am only sharing my words on Substack, but I'm really excited to be doing little talks like this, in addition to the written content that I will be sharing here on Wildly Free Reflections. So, this is officially my very first video here on Substack, and I just wanted to take some time today to tell you all what you're going to be getting, what my plan is. It took me a while to figure out what the plan was. Um, Here's the thing. I kept thinking, can I do this? Can I have a Substack? Can I commit the time and the energy? Can I go forward with this endeavor in a way that feels really good and in integrity and doesn't uh, overwhelm me or put a ton of pressure on me? And that's what kind of took me so long to figure out how I wanted to do this, because that is not what I want my creative endeavor to feel like. I want it to feel spacious. I want it to feel exciting. I want it to feel inviting for all of you. And I also want it to feel like deep. And I want there to be obviously like tons of quality. And I want people to really look forward to getting on here and listening to what I have to say and reading what I have to share. And so I was hesitant, with all of the things that I have going on. I'm an empowerment coach, I'm a mindfulness teacher, I have a coaching business, I have a journaling membership, and I am also getting my master's in clinical mental health counseling right now. So there's a lot on my plate. And still, there was this pull and this desire and this wish to be on Substack and share a different part of me that I don't really share very often. I've been writing a weekly newsletter since I started my business 13 years ago. I mean, I have been pretty freaking consistent with that. I mean, I haven't missed a week, knock on wood, for years, I feel like. And so there's definitely some incredible written content in that, but it's very like business based. And I've always loved writing. I've always kind of been a writer. My mom would tell me like you're always writing something. Like you were always writing something growing up. And so I have boxes upon boxes of journals and poems and personal stories. And I'm also like kind of sort of writing a book called The Connection Project. I've been working on that for a while. And so I don't share a ton of personal stories, poems. I don't do that a lot in my newsletter. And yet it's still something that I love to do. And over the last couple of years, I have really been called to step a little bit more into this creative part of myself and start writing poetry again. For whatever reason, well, I know the reason. There are many reasons, but one of the biggest reasons why I kind of stopped writing is because I tend to be so busy. That's actually one of the things that I really want to talk about here on Substack is stepping away from that busyness and how I've kind of worked to get myself out of that cycle of like, I need to be productive, I need to do things, I need to be creating in my business, and how that has really inhibited me and stopped me from this creative journey that I've been really wanting to go on, because this isn't something that is like bringing in the money or like growing my business. Not yet, at least, we'll see. That I'm definitely staying open to that possibility. Um, but yeah, it stopped me for a really long time. And the last couple of years, I've been getting that little feeling. You know what I mean? Like when you get that little heart race or a little chill or like a little vibration that happens in your soul, and you're like, oh, I need to do this. Like, it's not going away. It's not going anywhere. Like, you need to stop ignoring it and just move forward with it. That's how I've been feeling. And so I'm feeling really brave and scared about this journey, but I'm really, really grateful that you all are going to be joining me. And I'm really grateful to go a little bit deeper and again, explore and um, show up in a different capacity than I am so used to showing up as. I I'm a teacher. I am a teacher. That is what I do. I absolutely love it. I'm not like a school teacher, but I teach in my business every single day. And as much as I love to teach, and like when I was creating the content that I wanted to offer here on Substack, it started to get into that kind of like teaching stuff. And I was like, yeah, I can't do this. Like, this is what I do everywhere else. Like, how is Substack going to be different? And so, yeah, excited, nervous, um, relieved in a way to be finally going out on this limb and showing up as this writer. That's something that I haven't said or claimed for a really long time. So that feels good and also really scary. So I just wanted to take some time today to let you all know how this is going to go and how this is going to work. We're going to do seasons, which I'm excited about. I've always been fascinated with the seasons. I'm like 100% fascinated with nature in and of itself, but seasons? Like, it's just always boggled my mind how things shift from like the dead of winter and the ice and the cold and the wind and the like everything is frozen and hibernating and still and quiet. And then, like, slowly but surely, things start to unthaw. Things start to loosen up a little bit. The days start to get slightly longer and longer. Things start to warm up. Buds start to like come out on all the little plants. Like, how does this even happen? It's just like, and it just is so effortless and so easy. And it's fascinating to me to witness and to watch. And so I probably, gosh, it was probably like 10 years ago where I was like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. Why have I not been like living in congruency or in alignment with the seasons? And the more I listened to my body and the more I paid attention, the more my body and my mind and my soul and my spirit wanted to align with the seasons. You know, it's like in the winter, I love being inside and I love hibernating and reflecting and going deep and like resting and wintering, you know. It's lovely, absolutely lovely. And then as the days have gotten longer here and like spring is starting to come, it's like, oh, I'm getting that inkling or that desire to like clean out all the cupboards and like clean out my closet and wash all the windows and like open up the windows, open up the blinds, like kind of let in the new fresh energy that is just starting to arrive. And so that is kind of my plan with Substack here. We are starting in spring. So in April and May, we are going to be, theming these couple months this season around the season of spring. And so we'll take a month long break. So it'll be April and May, and then we'll take a month long break. And it'll be July and August will be our summer season, which will be themed and there'll be content created around that. Which, by the way, I just really want it to be like a conversation. Like, I want to hear what you all have to say and your thoughts and your feelings about it. And then we'll move into fall, which that season will be in October and November. We'll skip December, and then we'll have January and February for winter, skip March, and then we'll be back in April. So I'm really excited about this layout and this structure because it gives me a break, it gives us a break. It's like this isn't something that I want to feel really pressured around. Again, I'm used to that pressure in my business. I'm used to producing. I'm used to, providing all of this content and all of this value. Not that you're not going to get value from this. Dear God, I hope you do. But in a different sense, in a different capacity. I hope that what I have to offer and share here inspires you to be creative, to live a deeper, more connected life. Again, having conversations around those things I think will be really important and really powerful for all of us. And so with that kind of seasonal layout in mind, I'm going to be on here either with a video or an audio both months. So for April, I'll have like an audio or a video. In May, I'll have an audio and a video. For the summer season, I'll have an audio and a video for each one of those months. And then we'll also have some written content. That might be content that I have already written and edited. It might be something fresh. It might be something completely spontaneous. But it will definitely be something that goes along with the season and goes along with what we talk about here, which is being wildly free, wildly authentic. We're definitely tapping more into this kind of like wild, feminine, unapologetic vibe here, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, so that's a little bit about what the structure is gonna look like. It feels so good and spacious and expansive, which thankfully. The other thing that I'm excited to incorporate is daily notes. So it was so funny because again, going with the energy of the seasons and like my own cyclical energy, like the other day when I was thinking about this, like I literally wrote 31 notes. It was like like little blips of information, inspiration that I want to share for the whole month of April. And I was like, sweet, that piece of the content is done. And that's what I wanted to feel like. I wanted to feel easy. I wanted to feel like, oh yeah, I am feeling inspired and here are some things that I want to say. So I'll be dropping daily notes as well. Also giving myself permission that if that feels like too much or, whatever happens, like it feels like a lot of pressure, then I'll just give myself permission to not do that. But that'll be a nice little addition to and a way to stay connected with me throughout the seasons here. And I'm also just kind of like throwing around the idea of maybe having like guests. I would love to just have real conversations with real people out there in the world doing their thing, living wildly free, what that looks like for them, how they incorporate that into their life. Yeah, I just want to have really down to earth conversations about that. That kind of, again, goes along with the seasons. And I also, again, I don't know if I will do this, but I was like, ooh, what if we did like a little seasonal challenge where we tapped into the energy of the season in one way or another? That is still to be determined. Again, I want to allow myself to be creative without this becoming another thing that I need to do. I honestly, if I'm being really honest, this is obviously for you. I wouldn't be putting it on here if it wasn't for you. But I'm also allowing this to be for me. Writing is something that I love to do. I think that I have something to offer. I think people resonate with what I have to say. And I love that about being a writer and maybe even a poet at times. So it feels really vulnerable. So I feel like I need this to be for me as well. It needs to be the practice of putting myself out there, the practice of being consistent with my writing, the practice of venturing down this creative outlet that I've stifled for way, way too long. So this very much does feel like a dream for me to kind of live out. So yeah, it's for you and it is also for me. So with that being said, I'm not sure yet about like the little challenge piece. I personally, I love a challenge. I love a challenge. Um, to just like kind of boost your momentum and kind of catapult you forward. I do love that. But I don't know if that's what we need here per se. So to be determined for sure. I'll just talk briefly about who this is for, and then I'm going to sign off and you'll know exactly what you're getting here. Okay, so I wrote some notes because I want you to know that you're in the right place here. If you've been connected with me for a while and you're just like, oh, let's see what Ashley has to offer on Substack, welcome. Like I said, this is going to be a little bit different, a little bit more of a creative outlet for me and for you. Lots of invitation to align yourself with the seasons, to embark on your own creative endeavor. And really explore what it means to be wildly free. So, this is for people who are kind of on a spiritual quest. This is for people who don't want to be on social media anymore. This is for people who really want to live quality, deep lives. This is for people who are on the self discovery and the personal development journey and who really want to become their best selves and again, live wildly free lives. This is for people who want more joy and want more connection and want more just like raw conversations that you might not get on Instagram or Facebook or even on YouTube. Like, I'm really excited about the idea of exploring topics that feel really fucking scary for me. And putting out content, which I've already been doing, that feels really fucking scary and like, what are people gonna think kind of content. So I'm excited about that. If that, feels good for you and excites you, like you're definitely in the right place. This is definitely for people who want to have thoughtful, open, honest conversations about being wildly free and are okay with getting outside of their comfort zone a little bit because that's where the growth happens, as we all know, right? um yeah, so if that is you, then I just want to welcome you. All of this content is going to remain free for at least the next couple months. um my intention is to make a paid option at some point. I would love for this creative side of me to be monetarily supported by people like you who want to see more of what I have to offer and more of what I want to create and put out into the world. So, that is again to be determined, but for now, this remains free and we're going on this journey together. And I'm so excited that you have decided to join me. So, welcome, Wildly Free Human. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun. Again, I'll just go over the structure really quick. So, this is going to be a seasonal content platform for me. We're starting in spring, so starting in April 1st, you're gonna get an audio or a video from me, and at least 2 pieces of content. So the spring season is April and May, and then we'll skip a month, and the summer season will be July and August. Oh, the spring theme is awaken, awakening, awaken. That is a word that is so near and dear to my heart. And it's happening all around us right now in spring, right? Things are awakening, things are opening up, things are blooming. And so I think it's a great, great theme to kick us off with. The summer season, we are going with the theme of sun-kissed, which just like makes me so happy saying that out loud. So we're going to be exploring like the summer season and all the lightness and inspiration that brings, all the fun, all the wildness. Like, I can't wait to talk about that. And then The fall season is going to be October and November. Oh, yeah, this dropped in a couple days ago and I was like, oh yeah, that's what it is. The fall season, October and November, is onward and inward, right? Because we're kind of moving forward. There's like this push to kind of get things in order before winter hits, and also this invitation to start drawing more inward. So I'm excited about that. And then the winter season, January and February, the theme will be rooted. Rooted. I think that'll be a really great theme to kind of kick off 2026 and round out the first year of this creative endeavor. So I'm really excited about that. Anything else that I need to say? Oh, one last thing. Because there is no paid option quite yet, what I would love to ask you all to do is to share. If you're like, oh, I have a friend or a colleague or a fellow student that I think would really love this content and be connected with Ashley, please share. Share, 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 share. Share it all. The more eyes that I can get on this content and the more community we build, the better. Okay. So remember, this is all about having a conversation and creating connection through this theme of being wildly free, living our wildly free lives. And I can't wait. I really can't. I'm really excited. So you can look forward to our first themed podcast, video, audio, whatever it's going to be, dropping the first week of April. Yeah. So stay tuned to lots more goodness to come. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. And I can't wait to go on this journey with you all. Mwah. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.